Hello, how's everyone doing this evening? I am here again on a Friday evening at 8:02 p.m. Sorry for arriving late. Um, my Streamlabs decided to update for me, but here I am once again working on Centipede. Um, there we go. Working on Centipede in JavaScript and the P5 library. For those who are interested, check out P5. It's pretty neat. Um, but this is my attempt to make a JavaScript game in P5, and let me just show you what we have so far. Now, again, this is by no means ideal, but let me walk you through what I have so far. And for those who don't know, this is I'm using a VTube skin. It's my little bunny in the corner. It's always moving. Anyway, so here I have Centipede. I have it following the mouse movement, so it follows my mouse movements. And just like Centipede, it limits the space, so I have it moving and limiting the space. At this particular point, what I'm lacking, I created the pseudo mushrooms, and they're just squares at the moment. And again, I can't copy Centipede. Clearly, that's copyrighted, but I can kind of make something that's similar. But the thing that I was working on the other day was trying to come up with collisions for these red blocks, and I got it mostly working, but it's not quite right. So that's what I'll kind of poke at that today, and the hope is to try to add some firing of bullets. I found a pretty neat, someone had created some functionality that I saw online, and I'm going to give that a try. We have our mushroom helper here, and part of our mushroom helper goes through and it generates the mushrooms on the page randomly. So let's take a look. So if we refresh again, it generates them randomly. One of the things that I have to think about cleaning up later on is the way that they sometimes overlap each other. So that's where I'm working on it next. But right now it's all right. The biggest hurdle is when you have multiple squares right next to each other. It doesn't quite behave right, but as you can see here, it edges out. So I think I need to reevaluate that whole piece. I think the better approach for my collision handling down the road is, when I come to this spot, is here is I want to block. I need to create more of a distance. Evaluate the whole square, and I think I found some code online that will help me with that. So I want to evaluate the whole square. I think the biggest hurdle is that when we come back here, it's basing it upon the distance of the center point rather than basing it upon the whole square. So, but I kind of pulled it from a couple different places and tried to make it work. I think ultimately I'll probably have to sit down and I think, there's no rush on this. So let's create the bullet system for right now, and then from the bullet system, we'll create another internal class. From the bullet system, we'll go ahead and after we create the bullets, we'll go ahead and implement some additional collision changes. Export. Let's create our default class. I found this neat imager project over here. I don't think it's perfect, but it seems like it's all right. So I'm gonna kind of use that as kind of my basis for where I go from there, um, and then I'll of course change it to my kind of match my needs. So we'll kind of start off with that base, and thanks to let me see who originally did the original poster of it is Bright B529 off of the Reddit Learn Programming forum. So I want to make sure that I mention the people whose code, or at least show their code and who did it. So thank you, Bright B 529 for that. So let's kind of continue where we were going. Let's zoom in on you. Let's create this bullet. So we have our constructor here. And this dot bullets is equal to an empty array. This dot velocity is going to be equal to new create vector. Yeah. And again, I don't think this is by all means going to be the most extensive, and we'll probably change around some of the variables at one point when we run this. We'll move the bullet up, and this dot draw. And now I think as I research P5, I think there are a couple different approaches that I can take to this. And I think I may need to change my approach. Right now what I've been trying to do, which again may be the issue, and I'm just kind of going off on a tangent here, I think maybe the issue is that what I'm doing is I'm trying to control the ship here based upon the mouse movements, and I'm doing that kind of on the fly. So I'm saying, if the right mouse, blah, 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 but I'm limiting the margins, and so I think I may need to adjust that and have it be a little bit more flexible. Let's see, when we fire, it's going to be X and Y, and this dot bullets dot push create vector X and Y, and again we'll probably refactor some of this as I figure out what some of it means. And then we have our draw here, and can we grab this? No. We have our draw here, and we'll fill it with 255 and we'll just do a quick for loop. Let I equal 0 and I less than this dot bullets dot length. And again, this is just somebody else's. I want to see if I can get this working and then kind of work with it from here. So this dot bullets and this dot bullets I, and then dot y, and this dot diameter. Oh, and this dot diameter. And then we have two more functions. We got move and there are a couple things I want to change about this. I need to switch these over to arrow notation. Well, let's do the move for let I. And I usually use X here too. I less than this dot bullets length and I plus plus. This dot bullets I dot y plus equals this dot velocity dot y. Excuse me. And then on bullet system. Fire this. So inside issue with collision test. Issue with da 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 da. So the question is, how do we fire? So I guess we would do this dot bullet dot fire. We'll try. We'll figure it out. And then edges. Let's zoom in. Where was I? Yeah, and this checks to see whether the bullets have left the screen. For let I equals 0, and we'll go I less than this dot bullets dot length, and then I plus plus. Inside if this dot bullets I dot x is greater than, I don't know what width is coming from, but I think I should pass in a boundary. So we'll call you the x boundary, this dot x boundary. And yeah, x boundary, y boundary. This dot x boundary is equal to x boundary, and this dot y boundary is equal to y boundary. Cool. All right. Then if is greater than the x boundary and this dot bullets I dot y less than the y boundary, then we remove it. And dot bullets dot splice I1. So we don't want to track it as it moves off the screen. Yeah. So let's take a look at how P5 handles mouse clicks. Let's go and take a look. So P5 mouse click. Yep, there we go. So we can just create a mouse clicked function. Cool. So let's import into Centipede.js. Let's import our, oh, I'm not using mushroom here. Import bullet from / bullets.js or bullet.js. Cool. And then we need to add our mouse click. So mouse click / fire. Put you here. So let's see what we can break. Let's get an inspect going on our window. We'll put you over to the side for right now so we can keep an eye on you. And what we'll do is create a new bullet. Const bullet equals new bullet. And we probably don't want to do it here. We probably want to create a universal. So let's come back up here to our top. We have our ship. We'll create a new bullet up here as a constant. We should actually probably call it the bullets class rather than bullets. So bullets is equal to new bullets. New bullets. All right, and then we would say too many S's for one. Bullets is not defined. Bullets. There we go. Create vector is not defined. Ooh, that's could be an issue. Let's take a look. Let's look for P5. Create vector P5. Create vector. There it is. Let's look. Yeah, no, it's here. It's called create vector. Did I misspell you? Nope. Nope. You create vector. Export class bullets. Let's take a look at ships. Ships. You recognize it. Okay. Export default. Export default. Bullets. Yeah, no, that seems right. Create vector is not defined. Let's see. It should though, because we do with the rest of our code here. So when we come to Centipede, we have ship. It doesn't look like we need anything else. Did I not do this right? Bullets.js. Rename you bullets.js. No cursor. Yeah, you're fine. Let's see. Let's do a look for it. So let's go to P5. Create vector is not defined. Let's take a look. Let's see why. Answer. Oh. Doesn't work as. But you can use also create vector. Oh, I see. Let's see. That's 2016. Let's see. Index.html code. No, that should be right too. I wonder if I need to, in my setup, create the bullets. I think I do. Yeah, let's try that. So we'll say let bullets, because we did the rest. And then we say down here, bullets is going to be equal to new bullets. Oh, we need to set the boundaries up. I think, I don't know if the x is greater than this dot boundary. So our x is vertical, so I guess 400 and 0. Oof. So that's good. And then we would come down here and we would do on mouse click bullets dot fire. This dot, yeah, we would do bullets dot fire mouse X and mouse Y. Wait, hold on a second. What color is 255? Let's pick the same color as the ship. That way I will see it. So what color is our ship? It's this color here. So we could say fill. Oops, nope. It needs to be a quote. Save. Nope. Nope, doesn't work. Now let's see why though. This dot fire. Let's put a debugger here. Nope. So let's take a look at our mouse clicked function. Ellipse, return. Oh, we have to return false? Yeah, let's return false. Nope. Mouse click event. Let's see what's going on here. And I wonder if you need to be above? Draw? Maybe we have to put you up here. No, I'm not seeing anything. Bullets start fire. We've created it. This dot move dot draw dot edges. Oh, do I hold on? Let's do a bullets dot run. Yep. So let's see if. Nope, I'm not seeing it there. Let's see a couple other things. Click fire. Let's put you back down here. I'm not getting any response whatsoever. Let's put a debugger here. So, do we need to do a dot fire dot run? Dot run? Let's take out these debuggers and see what we got. I don't know. Nope, I'm not seeing anything here. Let's put a debugger in. Let's put a debugger in here. Oh, why are we not getting our mouse click event? Function draw, describe. Why am I not getting our mouse clicked? Mouse clicked setup. Function. Why are we not getting this? Our mouse clicked function isn't working? The method calls once some mobile browsers. I see. Let's see if there's additional documentation or information. P5. Let's see, handle mouse click. Let's take a look. Mouse clicked. Yeah, no, this should be it. Draw. And then mouse clicked. Text click mouse to change color. Doesn't look like there's anything we need to do in setup. We just need to do a function called mouse clicked, which we do, but it's not triggered anything. So, and I don't see any errors, so we'll just put a debugger statement in there now. Nope, nope, not getting any response whatsoever. So, let's see if there's something that I'm missing. I wonder if no cursor affects this? No, I can't imagine Phil draws the ellipses. Let's see if mouse release will do a better job. No, nothing. Let's see if we get anything. No responses whatsoever. All right. So mouse clicks didn't work unless this is done in our draw function. And there's our setup. I wonder if the no cursor has something to do with it. Let's see. Nope, no cursor doesn't seem to be affecting it. All right, let's see if we can investigate this a little bit more. So we've looked at the create vector, mouse clicked. Let's see. P5, mouse clicked. Not working. Let's see if there's any explanation. Set up and then draw? Nope. Mouse pressed function not working, blah, blah, blah. It needs to live outside of your draw function, which it does already, but let's take a look. So let's do mouse pressed to see if that works a bit better rather than mouse clicked. So we'll come down here to the click and fire. We'll create our mouse clicked here. We'll put a debugger statement in here. Nope, nothing's happening. Oh boy. Let's see. Nope, nothing at all. Nothing for mouse pressed, nothing for mouse clicked. Now it looks like they've put theirs in between draw. So let's move you guys up, including our comment, and see if this works before the draw. Unless, hold on. I think I might need to do mouse. Yeah, let's do this. Let's do window, since it looks like we have to do it here. Mouse pressed is equal to mouse pressed. Let's see if now that works. Yep, there we go. There's the problem. I forgot. We kind of have to initialize things here in the window. So for these to work, let's put you here. Let's move you back down here, and we'll probably move you into maybe something else. So let's do this, and let's do bullets dot fire, and we're going to put in our mouse X and our mouse Y, and let's see if you actually produce anything. Yeah, there's our debugger statement. So it did hit this one. Great. So hey, here we go. So this is what we have. 1, 2. Sweet. Now it's a little off. It's way too high. It's a little off too. Oh, it goes by where the mouse is, not where the ship is. So we need to limit this to exactly where the ship is. How do we get that though? Hello, how are you doing? I don't know if I'm a gentle person, but sure, I could be a gentle person. I think I see the problem here. I see at least one problem. So the problem with our fire here is that when we're doing our mouse press, it's basing upon X and where the mouse is. So the mouse can move all the way over here to the edge even if the screen's limited. So I need to actually have it based. Hey, it doesn't look so terrible. Yeah, so we just need to limit it. Centipede clone? But I can't call it Centipede because Atari, I think, would come after me. So it's definitely not Centipede. That's what I'm making. Definitely not Centipede. So that's what I'm doing right now. And I keep running into weird little glitchy things. So like if you notice I'm firing, but like it's not firing until way up there. So I'm just trying to fix little things as I go along. And I wonder if it's, ooh, I think we want to change that up. That's not so terrible. But like then if I click away and come back, it does weird. This seems fine too. I wonder if it's just, oh, I see. I think I might need to fix some of the, when it's up against the top, it disappears. So, but yeah. So I got the bullet logic in place. I have some type of general blockers that I've added some boundary checking to that it's not quite perfect. So, and then eventually the idea is to kind of get everything kind of hashed out and working perfectly, and then start swapping out the just like generic objects with actual images of stuff. But let's start by having us get to the X and the Y of the ship rather than the X and the Y of the mouse. So we'll come back over here. Currently our ship.js doesn't actually return anything. But I think we should have some type of, well, it's based on X and Y, but I think we need to have our ship constantly return the, maybe, I think we need to have our ship return its X and its Y position. Oh, I think my little bunny is in the way of things. Give me a second. You have yourself a good evening. Take care and be safe. So we have our ship here. I guess let's create a function that calls get ship position, and it's just going to return this dot x. It's going to return x as this dot x, and y is going to be this dot y. And we might have it return other things, but that way every time we fire, const, we'll get the x and the y from our ship. Get ship position, yep. And then we'll pass in those x and those y's. Come back to our code. No. Nope. And let's see what's going on here. A little too early, so let's do console.log here, x and y. Oh, I see. It doesn't see its current position. Even though we're updating it here, and we're calling it here, it's just not constantly getting that information. And I think that may be what's causing some of the other problems as well. Because we're constantly moving, and it should be returning the x and the y to this dot x and this dot y, but it's not updating the positions. I wonder. I think rather than do that, I think it would be better to come down here and instead of returning, let's take a look at something. Well, hold on. Let's see. This dot run. Well, this dot display keeps running. So I imagine that if this dot display keeps running, then any of the functions that we trigger will keep running. this dot calculate. Oh, I see. Oh, I know. I see where the problem is. As I use these functions rather than the actual x and the y. So what I should probably do is let's change these over to this dot x and this dot y, and this dot y, and then let's go ahead and I think that's gonna, yep, it puts our cube in the upper left hand corner. And let's actually have you start at the center position. So do we know what the canvas size is? Yeah, so I guess we need to go center and down. So this dot x is going to be equal to the canvas size divided by 2. That'll put it in the center. And the y will just put you at like 350. So, yep, that'll start. And let's come down here. It gets our position. And instead of returning, we'll say this dot x becomes right margin. And then return, and we'll do the same thing here. This dot x is equal to left margin, return. And for this one down here, we'll say this dot x is equal to this dot. And then when we run, we will start up. So we get our ship, and right before we display, we'll do ship dot calculate horizontal position. And let's see if that works. Yeah, there we go. And there it works. So there's our problem. We don't have it calculating for y just yet, but that figures out that problem. And we'll come down here and we'll do the same thing. And we'll say it's going to be equal to this dot y is going to be equal to top margin, exit. And this dot y is going to be equal to bottom margin and exit or return. And we could probably make this a little bit denser by putting it all on one line, but for now we'll say this dot y is going to be equal to check mushroom vertically, and we'll have you also start so it calculates the position. There we go. And then doesn't quite still do the collision just right. But we have a ship that fires, and it fires based upon where the ship is, not based upon where my mouse is. So we have that piece. And I think the question that I want to handle now is how do I want to deal with the collision. So we no longer need to console log here. This handles the mouse pressed. Could we put you inside of bullets? Let's take a look and see. I don't think I want to put it inside of bullets. Handle firing. So we have our bullets class that handles all of that. I guess, oh yeah, it's just way too jumpy. Let's see how we want to deal with the collisions. So the only way that we're going to know about the collisions from the bullets perspective is when the bullets are drawn. We have to remove them. So the edges here would handle that, as would the move would as well. So let's see if nope. Yeah, no, you still work fine. So let me think about a couple of things. How do we want to handle the collisions? I mean, we already have somewhat of a thing. So we come over here to our ship, and we say when we create our ship, we check the mushrooms horizontally, and it does a bunch of, yeah, we call it the check mushrooms vertically and check mushrooms horizontally. And we could probably move you into the mushroom calculator, but I think the approach that we want to take for this should be a little bit more robust. So we look at 2 points, and we say if it's within those 2 points, then we do something. But I think the approach that we want to take for this should be one where we look at the whole box and not just the single point. The single point is kind of easy. So we could have it check the whole square rather than a single point. So we do have it look at the radius. So it looks and says if the distance between these 2 points is greater than, I guess we could do this. Let's try doing a greater than or equal to. That's a bit better. Yeah, there we go. That's a bit better. It's not perfect, but yeah, that's a bit better. Yeah, that's a bit better. Yeah, there we go. Then it breaks. It's not perfect. And this is the y, so I'm looking at the wrong thing. It's less than or equal to. Yeah, see. It's still not quite right. Let's try something. Let's go ahead and take a look at a couple other collision examples in P5 to see if someone else has some really neat ideas. P5 collision jitters. Nope. Let's load collisions. Let's look here. Basic collisions, circle collisions, and collision detections. And looks like there's a Collide 2D library for calculating collision detections. Nice. I see. Rectangular corner. Oh. These. I see. So there's some examples and the basic usage and an object-oriented collection. I see. So let's take a look. Ooh. So let's play you. Nice. Collide point mouse. Yeah, and then because so they're rectangles. So I think maybe the approach that I need to take is instead of using a circle here, as our mushrooms are rectangles, is I instead need to use a rectangle for my ship. So let's come back over to my ship. And this is one thing. So let's change our ship over to, let's look for our display function. We'll make a rectangle. This dot r and this dot r. There we go. You're a little off center. That's not terrible. Yeah, except see, look, there it goes again. So you're a little off center. Let's make you a little bit. Actually, yeah, you're fine. We do want to fix your positioning a little bit. So let's come back over here to our bullets. Why are you so off? I think it's my fault. So let's move you over. Oh, it's because I did -5. I want to be here. Nope. No, I do not. Never mind. -5. X. -5? Nope. Diameter 10. Let's make you a diameter of like 2. Way too small. Diameter of 5. Better, but still off. Create vector X and Y. What if we add 5 to that? Much better. So we'll do this. We'll call it we'll put a note here. Adjust for ship position, and we'll say it's going to be const. We'll call you adjusted x. It's going to be equal to x plus 5, and we'll just use you down here. That way it's not just some bullets, and we'll create you up here. This dot diameter. Yeah, we'll actually use this dot diameter, so it's just not a magic number floating out in the middle of space. There we go. Cool. So now we have those pieces together, and let's look at this collision library a little bit more. And this dot hit. How do we stop it though? Now hold on. Hold on. Someone said, or if I look here at the collision library, it looks like there's a swords game that calculates. And so let's see. What do you do? Keys up, keys down. Play. Move the player. Key down, key up. Let's take a look at this. There's a sword game here. Yeah, sure. I don't see any buttons. Oh, there we go. I see. Oh, I see. So this dot hit. Yeah, let's try to incorporate this library. I don't think it's a bad one. There's the live example. Let's read on how to incorporate this. How to add a library. So we went pfound. I see. So yeah, let's use this library. The P5 collide library. Let's grab it. Let's add it to our collection. Let's see. Open. Let's unzip you. Show more options. And then drag and drop you into our library. So here's external. P5 sound. Sketch. And I think it's called P5 collide. Yeah, there it is. So let's copy you. Paste. Yeah. And then if we want to include it, we have to come back over here to index and include it. script external add-ons P5 collide 2D. Yeah, there we go. That'll add our P5, and let's play around with this collisions some more, and let's see what we can do. All right, so auto bump version. Oh, what's this? Is this auto bump version? Let's read. Oh, let's see, auto bump version. This script searches and replaces the old numbers in the library. Oh, I see. This has nothing to do with us. It hasn't been worked on in years, but you know, I guess it's alright. Get started. Assumes the default. All P5 functions return true if the specified geometry is colliding, and false if they're not. So let's look at these live examples. So we have a circle and a circle. No buffer zone. Most standard example. Create vector point to rectangle. Assumes rectangular mode collide point. And there's our rectangle. So when it collides, oh, so let's just try colliding first. How are we going to do this? So we're going to need to get the bullets, and there's two options, or three. We could have it so that when a mushroom is hit, it takes the damage and disappears. And so does the bullet. So we'll kind of do both. Let's see what we can do. Let's do that. Let's look at our mushroom. Here's our mushroom display. Let's look at, let's call it bullet collided. It's going to take an object, which is going to be a bullet, and turn collide with bullet.x, bullet.y, and bullet.diameter, and bullet.diameter. I think. Is that right? No. Collide point eclipse. And let me look at something, because the bullets are an ellipse. So what's this? Collide point line. No. Circle. Collide rectangle to rectangle, but we want to collide point to rectangle. No, not quite. We want circle to rectangle. So it's rectangle, point rectangle, ellipse, rectangle, polygon, line. There it is. We want rectangle to circle. There it is. So we have a circle and we have a rectangle. And I think return collide rectangle circle, and the vectors as inputs, the mouse, the rectangular start, the size. Yeah. So it's this information about the bullet, and we then need the radius of our hold on. So the rectangle. Oh, the rectangle's information and then the bullet stuff. Let's move you around a bit. So the rectangle is this dot x, this dot y, excuse me, and then this dot r, and this dot r. And the mouse x is going to come from the bullet, so it's going to be the bullet x. So bullet x and the bullet y and the bullet's diameter. All right. Let's see. Nope, nothing's broken yet. So how are we going to do this? I guess we're going to have to use our mushroom helper. And we'll need to pass in all of our bullets and our mushrooms. So we'll loop through the... kind of doing this at the same time. So every time we fire, we should update the bullet's position and send that move. That's the bullet's Y. So we should send the bullet's X and Y to our mushroom to know whether it's been hit. So we'll take away the breakpoint here. So when we do a move, return this. And actually, now that I think about it, let's go back to our ship. Rather than returning when we say get ship position, we can just return this. And so then back here in Centipede, it'll return the whole object. So we should still be fine. Yep, we still work just fine. And let's take a look here. I think, trying to keep it all straight in my head. So we return this. Do we actually care? Dot move. No, we don't want that there because we do it here in run. So we don't want to return it there. We're trying to get object here. And that's right, I need to change these over to arrow functions. Turn this. Let's do get bullets. Return this dot bullets. So let's come back up to here. Centipede. Let's just get the bullets first. So we do this dot chip display, bullets dot run. Get the bullets. Console dot log. Console log. Bullets dot get bullets. Let's see. Keeps running. Yep, it keeps going and going and going. Let's clear you out. So then when you come here, there's no bullets. Oh, that's an issue. It never takes them off the screen. So that's going to be an issue. X is greater than, and we don't really care about the X. It can't go but so further. So if this dot Y is less than the boundary, so let's take a look at that. Fire. Yeah, that works. There's no way that it can. There we go. Yep, it can never go beyond that, so that fixes that. So that clears out our bullets. So now we get our list of bullets. Const bullets. Get the bullets. See if they collide with the mushrooms. So we have all of our mushrooms. And how do we want to do that? Now we're already doing a for each here. So here's let's actually move you before we display. So you're going to display, but you're going to go through each of the mushrooms and keep doing it anyway. So single mushroom dot bullet did collide bullet. Bullet collided. So we're going to look through you and we got to do the following, because I think we also need to send the bullet information back. So we'll create a hit. Did hit. And I think we need to give each bullet an ID. We don't need the X boundary. So let's come back up here to our bullets. And we should use not a magic constant. Const max top boundary equals 0. So there's our max top boundary. And how do we want to do this? So up here, inside each bullet, this is the default class for bullets. We should probably create a default bullet class. That makes it more precise. For each bullets dot push. Let's see. It's dot velocity. I see. So bullets dot y. So this dot draw as we loop through all the bullets and display them on the screen. So I guess we could still do the same thing. But how do we know when they've been destroyed? We should give them an ID. Let's create a default bullets, a new bullet class. We'll just call you bullet.js. And a bullet.js. X, Y, and a Z. So let's go look up create vector and see. P5 create vector. So from here, we're going to come over here and it just creates a vector. And they have an x and a y. So let's come over here. Let's create a new bullet class. Let's export it. Export default class bullet, and the constructor, constructor, it's going to consist of an x, an id, an x, and a y. And we can have stupid amounts of numbers. I guess I should give it a GUID. So yeah. So when we create it, let's look at how we do a JavaScript GUID. Blah, 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 blah. Oof. Let's see, that's an older one. Is there a GUID function in JavaScript? There isn't. So, create a GUID in JavaScript. By the way, check out Geeks for Geeks. They're not too bad. Let's take this function and put us into our helper. Give me a second. Let's stop that. So so let's have our helper functions. We don't have any. I guess we can, instead of calling them helper functions, we should probably call them something along the lines of like miscellaneous? I don't know. Yeah, let's call them helper functions. Generic helpers. Let's just call it helpers. Helpers.js. Let's see. There we go. Let's put you here. Export class helpers, herpes. Helpers, export default class helpers, static function, yeah, static, yep, there we go, and make you an arrow function just because I like you. Though ultimately, as I'm sure everyone knows, it'll convert it back to a function from here, using it just like we like it. But when it converts to straight JavaScript, it does convert it back. And then over here in our bullets, when we create a new one, let's see, when we come over to here to our P5 examples, straight quote. So if we do that, let's test this out real quick. Let's play around with our vectors real quick. So centipede.js. Let's create a new vector. Console.log create vector is 0 and 5. And let's see what it generates. Broke something. Bullet is undefined. And mushroom. Oh, yeah. mushroom. Yeah, there we go. What it creates is an object with an X. What type of object is it? Bound function object? So let's just call you a vector. And when we send to create a constructor, is going to be helpers dot, and it's going to be helpers.js. That. And then you are going to be the vector. And you don't have to do this, but there we go. So there's our constructor for a bullet. When we say draw, and I guess we could do it here. Yeah, we'll put our draw in here, and we'll set our fill to here, and we'll do this. Yeah. Let's see. Is this? Oh yeah, and we should send in the diameter. Is going to be equal to diameter. So, and then what we'll say is this dot vector. Yep. This dot vector equals this dot diameter, and that will draw you. And it won't move you though. So we should create a move function. Yep. So the velocity, we'll move it to here. This will be the velocity. And what we're going to do is say this dot vector dot y plus equal the velocity, and this will continue to handle hit. We'll add a hit edge here. So a hit edge will be and we should probably do this when we move. Every time we move, we should move to the velocity and our edge. And the edge, if, yeah, this. And I guess I see why they did it that way. Let me think through this. Let's start there, and we'll move from there. So I guess we want to know whether this did hit. We'll need to send it what the bullet is. Did hit. Is going to be equal. We'll send in the bullet. And what we'll do is, I think we had it here in mushroom. Yep. So we're in bullets. Did hit. So where you want to return collide did circle this dot vector dot y, this dot vector dot x. It's going to be this dot diameter, this dot diam, and yep. So that passes off some of it, but it doesn't necessarily make it easier. So we'll create the vector this dot bullets. When we fire, we're going to create a bullet. So we'll come up here and say this dot this will push new bullet, and we need to put in no ID. I don't know what I'm thinking here. The diameter for bullets is going to be this dot diam, and a new vector, which is create vector xy. So that we need to import bullet from bullet.js, and from here. So that creates our bullet. We're going to move first. So our move should be to loop through all of the bullets. And what we need to say is this dot bullets I dot move this dot velocity y. Yeah. So dot move this dot velocity y. So that moves it into a move function. I don't know how we want to handle this. Did hit. Let's call this get edge, and you're going to return this dot vector dot y, and we'll call you get edge. And what we'll say is if, and we can use the same function, bullets dot get edge is less than this dot y boundary, this dot bullets dot splice, so that'll splice it. Move, we need to create a draw, which is going to be this dot bullets dot I dot draw. Yeah, that'll do that. I'll create a new bullet. This dot edges. Let's see what I broke, because I'm always breaking stuff. There we go. Our bullets still work. Yay! That's a bullet. Bullets. So bullets, and includes bullet. And how do we know that it was hit? So we get all the bullets. Centipede. So a bullet for each of the mushrooms. We want to know whether that got hit or not, and then create an explosion. Let's not worry about the explosion yet, but we do want to know whether it got hit, because it's consistently drawing it. So we need to say, how do we want to do this? Well, bullets handles it. So we'll come up over here and say, we'll call you handle bullets dot We'll call you handle bullet collision. Bullet collision. And what you're going to take is all of our bullets. And what you're going to return is the ID of the bullets. Return collided bullets. And right now our collided bullets is going to be equal to an empty array. And I need to spell collided correctly. So it's collided bullets. And what we're going to do is we're going to loop through the bullets for let I equals 0, I less than bullets dot length. And I guess we should probably start off by doing this first. If no bullets or bullets dot length is equal to 0, we should just return collided bullets. And so we'll come over here, because I imagine that as this gets larger and larger, it's going to slow down and it's not going to be very memory efficient. So we need to kind of try to figure out little places where we can use up less memory. So it's going to be I is less than bullets dot length, and we'll say I plus plus. So we'll go through each of the bullets, and what we'll do is we'll go through each of the mushrooms. So I should not be in bullets.js. This should be in mushrooms. No wonder. Mushroom helper. Yep, it's supposed to be a mushroom helper. Yeah, so we'll create static handle all the bullets. We'll loop through all of that. I guess we need to loop through all of the mushrooms. So we'll loop through each of the mushrooms, the bullets, and the mushrooms. And so we'll loop through all the bullets, all the mushrooms, dot length. And we'll do the same thing over here. Or there's no mushrooms, or mushrooms.length is equal to 0. Yeah, so what we'll do here is go through and loop through both the mushrooms and the bullets. And as we loop through the mushrooms, each mushroom has a bullet collided. So we can say if it did collide, return bullet.id. Otherwise, you're not going to return anything. If oh, actually, we don't need to. So what we'll do here is we'll return whether it's been collided. And we'll say that if it collided, if mushroom x dot bullet collided, we'll call you the current bullet to make it a little easier. It's going to be equal to bullets I, and this is going to be the current mushroom const. Current mushroom is going to be equal to mushrooms I. And so we'll loop through We'll come back over here to Centipede. And we'll say if the current mushroom dot bullet collided with the current bullet, if it did, then collided bullets dot push current bullet dot ID. Now, when that happens, we need to return two things. So, because we have to clean up the bullets, and we have to clean up the mushrooms. So we display them both. Then we have to clean up them both, clean them both up. So we need to send both the collided bullets and the collided mushrooms. If they collided, then collided mushrooms. And there has to be an easier way of doing this. Current mushroom. And I'm glad we made mushroom IDs. And what we're going to return is an object of bullets, collided bullets, and mushrooms, collided mushrooms. So we'll do this. So we've got no bullets. We get the bullets and the mushrooms. Const all bullets. And we have all mushrooms. So we display them, display the bullets, display the mushrooms, and we have all the mushrooms. Const collided mushroom bullets. Mushrooms bullets is going to be equal to mushroom helper dot handle bullet collision, all of our bullets and our mushrooms. Clean up mushrooms. Let's clean up. And we should probably do the same thing we did with bullets. Instead of calling it the mushroom helper, it's really just mushrooms.js because all it's doing is handling all the mushrooms. So let's take a look at the mushroom helper. Because at that point, it could be the bullet helper too. Just go incinerate, create mushrooms. Yeah. So since this is called the mushroom helper, it doesn't really need to be static. This just doesn't make any sense to be. Well, I guess it does. I don't know if it really needs to be static. Yeah, no, it doesn't need to be static. Let's just create a default class. Let's see. It doesn't need to be static, so we can go ahead and clean that up. We're going to turn this into a proper class. So let's see what we have over here. Let's see what we have over here. So let's see. Do we want to get? I don't know. I don't know. Um, hmm. Yeah. No. Let's just leave it as it is. So let's create our constructor over here. There's no props. So let's put all of this stuff in here. This dot x boundary. This. 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 And what we'll do is mushrooms to create. Yeah, that'll work. So we'll declare that, and then inside of here we'll do create this dot mushrooms is going to be equal to this dot create mushrooms to create. So that'll do that, and this can just become this dot generate single chord, and this can become this dot handle bullet collisions. And we already have the mushrooms, so we don't need to say pass in the mushrooms. And then we'll say this dot mushrooms, da 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 da, this dot mushrooms, this dot mushrooms, return all of that, and you will be renamed mushroom helper, and you will be renamed from bullets to rename to bullet helper. So bullet helper rename bullet helper. Yes. So let's try this again. Let's come over here to our centipede, and from our mushroom helper we'll say const, we'll call you mushroom handler is going to be handler is going to be our mushroom, new mushroom helper, and we will pass in how many we want to create. And I think, oh man, I completely forgot what I did there. Let's see, how many did I have before? No. How many mushrooms did I have before? Oh, let's just do 20. Let's make it 20. And then that gives us all of that. Bullets dot run. Mushrooms. We don't need you. Yeah, we did create 20. Const, let's do let mushroom handler equal and we'll call you bullet handler because we clearly can't spell. Oops. Mushroom handler, bullet handler, and you're gonna be new mushroom helper 20. And then we need to display them all. So we need to grab all of our mushrooms. So we will say mushroom helper dot mushrooms dot for each. Yep. And yeah, we'll move you up here. All right, so that handles that. That should still display our mushrooms. Let's see if it broke anything. Mushrooms is not defined. We don't have that. Collided bullets is going to be mushroom handler. All bullets. Bottom margin. Mushroom handler dot mushrooms. So bullets isn't defined. So we have our bullet handler here. And you're going to be called bullet helper. Top boundary max. So we would come to bullet helper dot run. Yeah. So mushroom helper dot mushrooms. This dot mushrooms. This dot create mushrooms. Huh. Why aren't you working? Mushrooms. You created them. Mushroom helper dot mushrooms. Oh, because I called you lowercase mushroom helper. Bullets is not defined. All bullets is going to be called bullet helper dot get bullets, and we can actually just move you over here to all bullets. So, and mushroom, I keep calling you the wrong thing. And we have an object, so we're console logging somewhere. Oh, I see. We would say bullet handler dot fire. And we're still spitting out something, create vector. Nani? Ah, there we go. Oh, so, all right. So that gives us our vectors. That creates everything. Let's see how it looks. We still fire. We just have to figure out our collisions. It looks like it gets a little laggy here, though. So, every time this runs, let's console log our collided mushroom bullets. Nothing. Oh, looks like we crashed. Current mushroom is undefined? How we can have an undefined current mushroom? Let's go to our mushroom helper and find it. Yep, because I used the wrong variable, and I am an idiot. I see. Still not colliding, though. So, let's see. Let's check out bullet collided. Return this. Let's console log everything. This console.log bullet fire. I see. So you're alright. You're alright. And we should probably just pull you out. So we'll do, you're going to be equal to bullets, mushrooms. And let's make you more specific. So we'll actually call you exactly what you are, collided bullets and collided mushrooms. And we'll pull you out of this object. So you're going to be collided bullets. It's going to be equal to potentially empty arrays if if collided mushrooms and collided mushrooms dot length is greater than 0, then mushroom handler dot mushrooms dot then we should actually create something in mushroom helper. Handle bullet collision. Collided mushrooms. So let's go ahead and it's going to be a mushroom. This just keeps it kind of all inside of the mushroom helper rather than trying to put some of the logic out here. And actually we could then handle it inside here. The only thing we'd have to do is pull out the bullet information. Remove collided mushroom, and it's going to be passing in the mushroom ID. And what we'll do is this dot mushrooms is going to be equal to this dot mushrooms dot filter single mushroom, where single mushroom dot ID is not equal to the mushroom ID. And we can just do this. So every time we find one, we'll do this dot remove collided mushrooms current mushroom dot ID, and then we can keep that all inside of here. And the only thing we need to return is then the list of collided bullets, and we'll just pass that into our bullet helper, and that will handle all of that. So we no longer need collided mushrooms, so that will handle bullet collisions. And then the only thing we want to handle is the collided bullets, which is just going to be the one constant. Get the collided bullets. And then we'll have our bullet handle handle that. So we'll come over here to our bullet helper, run get draw, remove collided bullets. And it's going to be a collection array of bullet IDs. So we now have the array of bullet IDs, and it's just easier to go ahead and remove those. So let's do a for each. Sure. So if no array of bullets or array of bullets IDs dot length, I can't spell tonight, or length is equal to 0, and just return. Don't do anything, otherwise we're going to loop through our array of bullet IDs dot for each single bullet ID, and you're going to this dot bullets dot filter. This dot bullets is going to be equal to this dot bullets dot filter single bullet, where single bullet dot ID is not equal to single bullet ID. Though that's expensive. I think splicing, let's see, is splicing faster? Let's see. Well, let's see what it is. And then we'll remove collided bullets. Bullet handler dot remove collided bullets. Collided bullets. Nope. We fail. We fail. You're not working. Mushroom helper. Nope, mushroom. Rectangle circle? Why aren't you working? So let's see how to use you. It looks like I messed up on the integration piece. So it's right here. Yeah. Let's see. Hit. It needs to be inside the draw function. Centipede. You are inside the draw function. Collide. Rectangle. Oh, I see. It's not called that. It is called collide rectangle circle vector, and I think that's what I put. Hit equals. Nope. It is called collide rectangle circle. Yeah, no. Let's try this. Let's come over here. And maybe I've missed something. Custom render. Don't need you. Let's clean up some of this code a little bit. But we included you, right? P5 collide 2 TD. P5.prototype. Let's see if this works. Let's see if that broke things, which I imagine that it did. Inspect. Bound function, yeah. So you should work. I think there's something going on here. Bullet. Collide circle. So we don't need you. That sure did hit. Let's come over here to mushroom. Wait. Hold on. This library included a debugger. So let's see if we can use that. But with a callback. No. Nope. Oh, there's a collide utility. Collide debug true. And calculable. So let's do this collide debug. We put this in the setup function of our Centipede. This is very handy. Let's put you down here. Nope. I don't see anything. So let's come back over here to our handle collisions. Let's do a debugger here. Let's fire, which is what we want. Let's see what happens. All right, so our bullets equal 1. Oh, hold on a second. Bullets. Our bullet doesn't have an X. It's bullets vector. X and our bullet vector Y doesn't have that. And let's double check. Yep, this dot vector, and it does have a diameter. So let's come back over here to our bullet helper. Save you. Oh, there it goes. And then the major issue that we run into is we've locked in our mushrooms up here. So we can't lock in our mushrooms up here. We're going to have to pass in a new redraw. So, but there we go. Nice. All right. So what we've done so far is we've created our ship. I have to reset the page to see it. We've created our ship. Well, a little square for our ship. What would be potential mushrooms here? Today we added in the bullets, again thanks to some logic that we found online, and then we added in the collision, which handles when we destroy a mushroom. So let's come back over here and look at a couple of things. Let's come into our bullet helper. Let's move all of these functions into arrow functions before I forget. And then the other thing we need to do, probably not today, but we need to have it so that our mushrooms, it's constantly reevaluating our mushrooms. So we need to come down here to ship, and we'll close you, ship, get position, ship, check mushrooms horizontally. We just need to update the ships, or the mushrooms. Yeah. So we can just do ships, and I think it's better to put it in a function. Update mushroom is, and this dot, we'll call you new mushrooms. And it's this dot mushrooms is going to be equal to new mushrooms, and get ship position, yep, be equal to you. Arrow functions the whole way down, though again you don't have to. All right, so we've created the game, and after we get the mushrooms here, we'll do ship dot update mushrooms, I think we called it. Yeah, ship dot update mushrooms, the mushroom handler dot mushrooms. So when we destroy you, you're no longer an issue. Yep, no longer an issue. Let's try that once more. So we delete you, cool. And you guys are in the way. Nice. So we've made some progress. We still have to work on the collision logic for the mushrooms to kind of perfect that. Okay, that was a little weird. We need to work on the collision logic for those last few mushrooms, and we need to have it so that instead of completely destroying the mushrooms on hit, well, actually, we'll just leave it as is. We'll let it completely destroy the mushrooms on hit for now, since this is not Centipede. There are a bunch of things in here. So we no longer need to disable the mouse. Const mushrooms to create we'll just let you be at like 30. Let's do 50. So we have less, again, magical numbers. Come back over to our page here. We have yet to create the actual bug that's going to move across the screen, but we do have this going right now, which makes me kind of happy, weirdly enough. So from this, I guess you could create a whole bunch of different like kind of side-scrolling games. So that's kind of neat. And we have it so that it collides. And I guess we could increase the number of hits, though that logic will be more complicated. But I think this is not a bad start. So, yeah. I've noticed that I need to increase the size or the max top for my mushroom creation. Let's come back over here to our mushrooms. Our 10 type, and let's just move you inside, and we'll call you this dot type. Yep. This dot r da 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 da. You're still the same. You handle the collision. Oh yeah, that's right. I wanted to spread out the mushrooms so that you can go a little bit further up. The top boundary boundary for the Y. Let's make you 250. No. No. 50. There we go. And then we'll make you a bit larger, so to 70. That spreads you out a little bit more. 40. 10. Yeah, there we go. Much better. Let's do 30. Yep, there we go. So nice. It's a decent spread. And let's you go down a little bit further to 290. Yep, there we go. So, and let's make sure our destruction still works. Nice. All right. I think that's a fairly good stopping point for right now. We have the blocks appearing on the screen. We have our buttons. We have our click button that fires. We have the bullets moving across the screen. And as they move across the screen, when they hit a block, they will destroy it. So the next time, which will be Monday, we'll work on handling collisions. We'll re-examine the collisions for the mushrooms, and we will handle the creation of maybe a bug, because there's a little spider that appears sometimes too. So I want to handle what it's like to actually get hit by a spider. So the spider needs to be destroyable, but at the same point, it needs to be able to destroy the ship when you run into it. So, and then I have to worry about respawning and lives, and there's a whole bunch of other little stuff, but like this isn't bad. Let's check out. Nope. Yep. Cool. So yeah, we'll stop there for now. Thank you very much for tuning in, and we're making progress little bit by little bit. And somebody did have a neat idea of kind of making Galactica clone. Let's take a look at. I haven't seen Galactica. Galactica. Let's see, video game. Yeah, this is the one. Space Invaders. I think, yeah, Galaga, not Galactica. Galaga is the game. Let's take a quick look. Looks like somebody has a version of it. Yeah. So we could try to make something like that. I don't think that's a bad idea. But maybe next time, let's finish the Centipede or the definitely not Centipede game. All right. Thank you very much, everyone, for tuning in. I hope you have a